So we're going to the beach, chilling with the dog. It's gonna be hella hot today. Talk about some of how not to buy a homestead. We're probably experts in that right now. We know very well how, if we did it again, what we would do. We got a list of 4 things four mistakes that we made. And if you do all 4 of these, you probably won't end up with a homestead. You're just gonna have a big headache.
Number 1, we didn't secure the right loan for the piece of property and the type of home that was on it.
Make sure that your loan will work for a large piece of property, because for me, a VA loan or an FHA loan, they wouldn't lend on 60 acres. They said that was too much. So we had to go with a conventional loan with 15% down.
Number 2, we didn't have enough money saved up to get the land surveyed after we put down the down payment.
With 15% down, we spent all of our money, like 50 grand. And we were tapped out. We couldn't afford to have our land surveyed. So we're just banking on the idea that we have 60 acres. The deed says that. The county says that.
Number 3, we bought the house without ever stepping foot there or seeing it in person.
We basically bought our house without ever seeing it. Her family looked at it. We got a home inspection done. We know the area that it's in. It just went on market a few days after we had left from visiting southeastern Kentucky. So yeah, we never got to see it. That could be a mistake. I guess rich people buy property sight unseen all the time. I guess I could say I'm rich now.
Number 4, we didn't have 15% down saved up.
We didn't know that we needed 15 or 20% down. We were really hoping that it'd be 0% down with my VA loan, but that didn't work. And then we were really hoping that it would be 3.5% down with a FHA loan. That didn't work. The first lender told us that we needed 20% down. We wouldn't have been able to do that. That was just impossible. So we were gonna back out of the deal of purchasing our house, and then our realtor found another bank, and they only needed 15% down. So that pretty much strapped us all the way to the very end. We were tapped after 15%, but we got it done. It's just something for you to consider if you think that you're not gonna be able to, just figure out what kind of loan you're gonna get, because if you can't afford the 15% down, you're just not gonna be able to get your house unless it's a smaller property. But if it's a large lot, there's just more stuff that needs to be considered. In March, we went to visit her family in Kentucky, and we met up with the realtor. She wanted to buy a house that was worth like $50,000. It's literally falling down. Anyways, the realtor told us you should see if you can get approved for financing. So on our way back to Oregon, driving Wyoming, hella bored, on 24 hours straight of driving. And I decided to call the lender to see if we can get approved for financing. He got back to us like 15 minutes later and said, hey, yeah, you're approved. Your income's good. Your work history's good. We're approved for up to, I don't know, a good amount of money. So from there, we started looking at homes, and we knew we wanted property to be able to do stuff. So we got a hold of a realtor, one of her mom's friends from high school. We found a house we wanted. We made an offer. Offer got accepted. Great. We're getting a 60-acre farm, homestead, whatever you want to call it. Turns out the 2 loans that we were approved for, VA and FHA, which we only financed, we budgeted for those also, they don't do loans on large pieces of land. For an FHA or a VA, they said the 60 acres was too much land. The house, basically price square footage to lot ratio, was off. So we thought at first we weren't getting the house, and after a few days, our realtor was like, hey, I got a bank for you to work with. We filled out all the the loan application information, and they got back to us once again saying, oh, we can't approve this. The house is too large of a lot. So they keep racking my credit. They keep having us fill out information. And mind you, we only have 45 days to close after our offer was accepted. So I think by like day 30, we finally found a bank that would work with us. But they told us that we needed, the first bank said 20% down, which we couldn't come up with. That would have been like $60-something thousand. Anyways, the last bank, the one that we went through, that we got approved with, Wayland, we did get a bank to finance us, and it was 15% down, which we didn't account for. We thought 3.5 down the most when we were making offers on houses, because the VA is 0 down and FHA loan is 3.5% down. So we were like, all right, that's all we really need. We have that covered. Come to find out, 15% down was $50-something thousand, and we didn't have that at all. So we had to make, we were selling stuff. I was working more hours, but we made it work that way. So anyways, moral of the story is make sure that your lending is handled if you're going to try to buy a large piece of land. I mean, the real estate agent said, oh yeah, you're good, you're great. The bank didn't even question what we were buying. Everybody just assumes that you're buying a tract home. The VA loan only wants you to be in a tract home. I mean, maybe, you could maybe get away with 5 acres or 10 acres or something like that, but a large amount of land, the VA lender was not having it. FHA, pretty much the same story. I mean, if you're out rural, a lot of homes are on an acre. That's probably fine, or even 5 acres or whatever. But these large pieces of land, it's hard to get lending for, we found out firsthand, unless you have a substantial amount of money down. So we didn't plan on that. We didn't plan on finding our dream house that we still have never seen or been to right away. But anyways, yeah, so if you're going to be making an offer on a place and you think you really want it, and make sure that your bank knows, hey, I'm trying to get something this amount of land or this large of a lot. Because even when they were applying for us, they weren't, when we were applying to them, they didn't question the size of the lot until it went to the loan processor. And then they've already ran your credit, you've already filled out an application, you're already wasting your time, and then a week later they go, oh wow, we can't finance this is way too big. So make sure they know what you're working with right off the bat, and you'll have a much better chance. Our bank does loans for, $1 million tractors, hunting land. What was that? Farmers. Yeah, they do farmer stuff, agriculture loans. So they were able to treat our property as such. It was registered as a farm by the previous owners, so I think that was part of us getting approved. Those are all things to consider. Thanks for watching.